So it can't be nothing wrong with it if this meant in the Bible that you was especially dedicated to God. That's why Paul just said, don't nature show you it's a saint? Yeah, if a man have hair like a woman, just like I know some brothers in here, I'm sure they did, they went for the butter look back in the day when men was getting their hair burned up like women, you know, processed. To me, that was a shame. I wasn't doing it. But it wasn't nothing wrong. They wasn't sinning against God by getting their butter whooped. But I wasn't going. I wasn't going, I'm telling you. To me, that was a shame. That's all Paul's saying, how you look at it. Because he said if a woman, she can either cover her head or shave it. He said, now she can shave it, but if it's a shame, he used the same word for her to shave it, then don't worry about it, just cover it up. But it didn't have nothing to do with it being a sin to God for a woman to shave her hair or a sin to God for a man to have long hair. Didn't have nothing to do with being a sin, because else he was making Samson sin here, right? For lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he going to begin to deliver it. See, the Lord can put the Spirit of God on you for any purpose. It don't even have to be preaching somewhere. It could be for anything he wants you to do. In this case, the Spirit was on Samuel to do some killing, Samson, to do some killing. But let's see. Now, he was announced from birth now. Go to verse 24 and see what happened.
And the woman bare a son and called his name Samson.
See, this is Samson. Go ahead.
And the child grew and the Lord blessed him.
And the Lord blessed him. Now, the Lord is with this child, Samson. Go ahead.
And the Spirit of the Lord began to move him at times in the camp of Dan between Zorah and Eshtaol.
Now, the Spirit of the Lord. Now, this guy got the Spirit of the Lord. See, you can have the Spirit of the Lord today, brothers and sisters, and you go against God's law, you'll be in trouble tomorrow. It's going to be a price to pay. Let's go to Judges 16 and 1. Go ahead. Judges 16 and 1. Go ahead.
There went Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot and went in unto her.
See, Samson was kind of crazy. He had the Spirit of the Lord. He's doing this work, but he ain't really disciplined himself too good. It said he went to Gaza and saw there an harlot, and he went into it. That means he slept with her. And you ain't going to do that and get away with it. You sleep with somebody, that's supposed to be your wife from then on. Even if you hadn't made the plan to make her your wife, that's supposed to be your wife from then on. You ain't going to get away with that. Now, this man got the Spirit of the Lord, right? And the Lord had him killing all kind of people. For the Lord. He was fighting the wars for the Lord. Freeing God's people. But he said Samson went to Gaza and he saw there an harlot and he went in unto her. Go ahead.
And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither. And they compassed him in and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city, and were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning when it is day, we shall kill him.
See, now, he doing stuff he don't need to do, but even the Lord is still with him for the time being. These people trying to kill him because he's been killing up a lot of the Philistines and some of Israel's neighbors. Mainly the Philistines, because they was the main ones punishing Israel. So, these people here, the Gazites, they said, look, Samson is here. Let's lay wait and get him in the morning. They should have learned they couldn't get him until the Lord got mad with him. Go ahead.
And Samson lay to midnight and arose at midnight and took the doors of the gate of the city and the two posts and went away with them, bar and all, and put them upon his shoulders and carried them upon the top of an hill that is before Hebron.
See, he had some extra strength from God. He walked away with the town, basically. The town, what the town is built on, he just walked out and tear this stuff up, dragging the town with him. Yeah, y'all stay up here. So they land and kill him, and he done tore the town up. Go ahead, verse 4.
And it came to pass afterward that he loved the woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah.
Now he got him another woman now. Go ahead.
And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her, and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lies, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give every will we give thee, every one of us, 1,100 pieces of silver.
See, they were so mad, they were trying to find a way to get Samson because he had been tormented. And they really didn't want to kill him either. They said, look, we want to abuse him. We don't want to kill him. We just want to be able to misuse him because he's been doing us in. So they tried every means. So when he hooked up with Delilah, they said, look, we're going to pay you to find out what we can do to this guy. And that's what she about. So now skip down to verse 17 and go ahead.
That he told her all his heart and said unto her, there hath not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb.
Okay, so now she had been bugging him, and he was playing with her, telling her other things that wasn't right. And she would try. That's why Samson had to be losing his mind. He'd tell her, he said, yeah, you know, if you twist my hair up in knots, that show you had long hair again. If you weave it a certain way, then I'm going to be weak like every other man. And she would do it. And then still playing around with her. She would do it and said, look, wake up, Samson, the Philistines trying to get you. And he'd wake up, and he still had his strength. So she knew it wasn't it. So she kept bugging, oh, you don't love me. You don't love me. I'd have told her, you don't love me either, do you? You're trying to get me jammed up. No, you don't love me. You won't tell me where your strength is. So you can get me jammed up? You crazy. But he finally did it. He just gave in. But this shows you how it had to be from the Lord, because he didn't make the Lord mad. So verse 17 said that he told her all his heart and said unto her, there have not come a razor upon mine head. And she knew when it was coming out of his mouth, it was true. She could tell by the way he was saying. She said, this is it right here. No razor that came upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will be gone, will go from me, and I should become weak like any other man. Verse 18.
And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart.
See, she knew that was it. Go ahead.
She sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hands.
See, she got paid too. She said, I got to get the money first, and then I'll tell you. Go ahead.
And she made him sleep upon her knees. And she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks off his head.
Now, he had 7 locks. That show you had long hair, right? You know it had to be long. It ain't never been cut all his life. From a baby, ain't never been cut. And it got, so you know you had to have 7 thick locks. So it can't be nothing wrong with a man having long hair. Matter of fact, it got him in trouble when he cut his, didn't it? So she made him lie on her knees and called for a man. And it says she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And then what? Finish 19.
And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him.
See, she tested him out first. He couldn't even do nothing with her. You know he in trouble. So much for having the Spirit of God and walking away with the bars of the town now, right? This show you the Lord don't be playing. The Spirit was with this brother. But he didn't cross the line to a point where the Lord is mad. Verse 20.
And she said, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as other times before and shake myself.
Now he thought it was going to be business as usual. Go ahead.
And he wist not that the Lord was departed from him.
See, the Lord is gone. The Lord was giving him that power to do all that killing, and where nothing couldn't happen to him. But now he done broke his vow to be a Nazarite, and he in trouble. Go ahead.
But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with fetters of brass. And he did grind in the prison house.
See, that had to be something. You go from having the Spirit of God, can't nothing happen to you, to getting your eyes punctured out. That's some chastisement, isn't it? That is some wages right there, isn't it? He said, but the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with fetters and brass, and he did grind in the prison. Go ahead, verse 22.
Howbeit the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven.
See, that's what they didn't realize. His hair was going to grow back. All he had to do is grow back a little bit. But see, he wasn't no good no more. Only thing he can do is kill himself with them after this. But he said, the Bible says, you can read on y'all, he killed more when he died than he killed all his life, though. Because they thought they had him for good. But the Lord didn't even let him get away with that. Because he got that strength back and pushed them pillars over, and all of them got killed. But now, go to Ecclesiastes 8. So we're seeing all over that it is wages for sin. God got some judgment for us when we do wrong. Even if we can say we know God, you can say you saved if you want to, you just fooling yourself. Keep sinning, you're going to find out. Ecclesiastes, the 8th chapter. See, and this is what fooled people. This might have been what fooled Samson. I don't know for sure, but this is what generally fooled people when, since nobody is standing at the door waiting to stone you when you do something wrong now, that can have a bad effect on you. How can it have a bad effect on you? It'll make you think you're getting away. And like I said, you're only getting by. Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 11. Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 11. Go ahead.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
See, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, that can fool you. That make you think, well, I'm okay. That's what people think with this world. Well, the world can't be that bad. Ain't nothing bad. You know, it ain't ended yet. Look, it's just a matter of time. Wrong is wrong no matter when it gets punished. So, he said, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, what?
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
See, that don't nobody change. Because then nothing happened for it. That's why it actually was good when they stoned people in the old days. It was good. Because it changed a lot of people's hearts right away where they said, look, I can't get away with that. You know, they was telling people, you want to be bad and do some bad stuff, but then all of a sudden, little Johnny gets stoned to death. The other kids say, you know, they stoned Johnny. They be crying and everything. I ain't going to do what Johnny was doing. That kept people in line. But here, on the other hand, and this is the way it is in the world now, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is what? Is fully set in them to do evil. People just keep doing evil. Because they think because ain't nothing happened, it means there's nothing wrong with it. And according to what we read, that's not the case, is it?
Yeah.
Verse 12.
Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God.
See, that's the one going to get over in the end, them that fear God. And a sinner might last a long time, but he gonna get caught in the end. Like I said, he can get by, but he's not getting away. Go ahead.
Which fear before him.
That's who it's going to be well with. Go ahead.
But it shall be not well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God.
See, the wicked going to pay because he fears not before God. Go to Romans, the 6th chapter. We're going to wrap it up. Romans 6. Back to the New Testament, and we're going to end it.